The message came at 2:13 a.m. A buzz on my nightstand, a glow in the dark. I'm leaving you, moving to Miami with my 20-year-old babe. Already emptied our joint account, haha. Good luck. I stared at the screen. My pulse slowed instead of quickened. Betrayal has a strange way of quieting you, like the calm before a storm. I typed 2 words, good luck. Then I placed the phone down, rolled onto my back, and stared at the ceiling. He thought he'd broken me. He had no idea he'd just freed me. Backstory setup. I met Daniel when I was 24. He was older, smooth, magnetic. He carried the kind of confidence that makes you believe you're safe simply by standing beside him. We built a life on promises. His, mostly. I believed them. For years, I worked behind the scenes. I managed our bills, filed his taxes, learned his patterns. He liked to think of himself as the mastermind, but I was the one holding the blueprint. That's the thing about men like Daniel. They underestimate quiet women. Discovery of betrayal. The first shift came 3 months before the text. He started staying late at work. His phone, once left on the counter, now stayed glued to his hand. A sudden obsession with the gym. New shirts he never wore for me. I didn't confront him. I observed. One evening while he showered, his phone lit up. A girl's name, a heart emoji. Can't wait to see you again. My chest burned, but my face stayed still. That was the night I buried my grief and started sharpening my knives. Shift in mindset. I didn't cry. I researched. He thought he'd emptied our joint account. What he didn't know was that months earlier, I had quietly opened another account in my name alone. Every deposit that slipped through to the joint, I rerouted. His arrogance blinded him. He never noticed the balance dwindling. The house? In my name. I was the one with the credit score, the one who signed the refinance papers while he grinned for the realtor. His car? Leased, under my signature. The insurance? Mine too. Piece by piece, I arranged the board. By the time he sent that midnight text, his empire was a hollow shell. Execution of the plan. First, I called the bank. Reported fraudulent activity. They froze the account he thought he'd drained. Miami would feel different when the ATM spat back his card. Next, I called my lawyer. Divorce papers were already drafted. Infidelity clauses secured. Evidence, screenshots, receipts, his own words, neatly organized in a folder. Then the condo. He loved bragging about it. What he didn't realize was that the mortgage was 3 months behind because I had stopped paying it. Foreclosure proceedings had already started. He'd arrive in Miami thinking he had a love nest, only to find eviction notices. And finally, his precious reputation. Daniel prided himself on being a family man, a local businessman of integrity. I forwarded his text and the screenshots to his partners, his clients, even his mother. I didn't rage. I didn't scream. I executed. Climax and confrontation. A week later, he showed up at the house. Duffel bag slung over his shoulder, skin tanned from Miami sun, arrogance radiating. "You look surprisingly calm," he said, smirking. "I am," I replied, stepping aside. "Come in." He dropped onto the couch like he still owned it. "Thought you'd be devastated. Guess you're tougher than I thought." I slid a folder across the table. He opened it. Bank letters, court summons, property foreclosure, car repossession notice. His face drained as he flipped page after page. "What the hell is this?" His voice cracked. "This," I said, my tone steady, "is what happens when you try to play games with someone who knows the rules better than you." He shoved the papers back, desperate. "You can't." I already did. His phone buzzed. A message from his lawyer, no doubt. Another from his business partner, perhaps. He didn't check it. He sat there, pale, shaking, realizing every door was closing at once. The girl wouldn't save him. Miami wouldn't save him. He'd underestimated the woman who built his world quietly and dismantled it just as quietly. Resolution and emotional release. I didn't throw him out. I let him sit in the ruins. Let him taste the silence of a house that no longer belonged to him. Eventually, he stumbled to the door, clutching his empty duffel bag like a lifeline. As the lock clicked behind him, I exhaled. No tears, no regret, just relief. He thought betrayal would destroy me. He didn't understand. Betrayal doesn't break strong women. It forges them. And when he finally realized what I'd done, it was already too late.